Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got this question from Boris, actually the statement, and he says, basically he's 14 years old, so there you go, and he says that he can't stop being lazy as fuck. So how to help with this? How to stop being lazy? He said that he watched my video on why you shouldn't learn C++, which you can check out here, or how to learn C++ is what I called it, and I talked about why you generally shouldn't learn it unless you need to. But he says that in his school he needs to. That's what they're teaching. So that's fine. I mean, heck, you're 14. They're teaching C++. Yeah, learn C++. That's fine. Like, it's not going to hurt you if you have the choice. It might not be the best language. But let's talk about being lazy, right? I have a history of being lazy. I was actually quite lazy at one point in my life. At a long point, most of my early life, when I was your age, when I was 14, I was lazy as fuck as well, right? So what can you do to overcome that? How can you stop laziness? So first of all, let me point you to a playlist. I probably have a lot of videos on being lazy, okay? Because I talk about this a lot. So there's definitely some videos on that. And I'll kind of give you just an idea, my general philosophy on what I think is required in order to stop, quote, being lazy. So one of the biggest things I think that happens that you kind of have to realize if you want to stop being lazy, and it sounds like you do, is that how you do anything is how you do everything. I love that quote. I think it's I don't want to try to think who I'll have to look it up to see who did that quote. If you know, leave a comment below. It's like, I think he's the guy that wrote The Millionaire Mind. I can't think of his name now. But anyway, here's the thing. So what I mean by that is that a lot of people, what they try to do is they try to overcome laziness in one area of their life. So like, I can't work on my work. I need to not be so lazy working on my work. I procrastinate. I'm supposed to be working on this programming project or my homework or whatever, and I'm lazy about that, or I'm lazy, I don't want to go to the gym, or I'm lazy, I don't want to work out, whatever that might be, or clean, or whatever, or do my job, okay? But the thing is that in order to really tackle this problem, or to really cure this problem, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to weed it out wherever it is. So you're going to have to adopt a new philosophy in life, a new modus operandi, which is going to be not being lazy, not procrastinating in everything you do, not just the area that you think you're struggling in, right? So everything matters. So if you allow yourself to be lazy in one area, right? If you're lazy, I'm going to talk in the terms of being 14, of not making your bed, or keeping your room clean, or doing your homework, or waking up on time. If you allow yourself to be lazy there, you're going to be lazy in other areas, because, like I said, how you do anything is how you do everything. This is critical. So you have to root it out completely. You have to change the persona in who you are and who you perceive yourself to be, by not calling yourself lazy. In fact, this is one of the things is I would encourage you to stop identifying with being lazy, because it's just like when people identify with being angry. They say, I'm an angry person, or I'm dumb, or whatever it is. Don't ever use that kind of qualifier and say that you are something. Instead, what I would encourage you to do is to say, I have had in the past, I have had the tendency of being lazy. Okay. Now that distances you from it. It doesn't identify you, self-identify with that anymore. And one thing that you'll sort of learn in life, hopefully, is that whatever your self-identification is, whatever you believe about yourself at the subconscious level, that is what you will become. You cannot actually become, or you cannot act different than what your own self-belief is. So there's a really good book that I would recommend. I've talked about this book a few times. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. It's written by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. It's kind of an older book. It's one of the kind of first really self-development, self-help books. And he was a plastic surgeon that discovered when he changed some people's faces, it changed their behavior. They changed their personalities. And some people it didn't. And he was trying to figure out why. And what he came down to was this idea of this self-identification identity, right? And so how you view yourself is very important. And what he found was that you could not act different than how you viewed yourself. So in order to change your behavior, in order to change your actions, in order to break habits, to change what you do, you have to start with the self identity. What does your subconscious believe about yourself? And there's definitely, he has some techniques and visualization and ways to do that in the book. But I would say for you, the thing is to start thinking about yourself as different, right? You might want to check out that other video I did on I'm 21 and haven't had a girlfriend, that video, because I talked about, I give an exercise there where you put on the shoes of the person that you want to become. And this is something, at your age, I would definitely encourage you. This is something that happened for me a little bit probably older than your age, but I've told the story a few times. Essentially, I came to that realization. I woke up one day and realized, I said, basically, why not me? And I had this realization where I said, well, I could be whatever I wanted to be. Like, I basically visualized in my head the person who I wanted to become. And I started pretending, I started acting as if I were already that person. So if you want to stop being lazy, what do? Visualize the person who you actually want to be. Act as if you are already that person. Act as if you are not lazy. Well, got cut off again. I'm going to use the front camera so that I can see if my iPhone is going around space. Basically, what I was trying to say, I might as well wrap this up anyway, is that you need to stop self-identifying with being lazy. You need to decide that your new identity is not going to be that, and then start acting and living as if that person as if you were that person in all areas of your life. And what you'll find is that you'll eventually become what you're pretending to be. And you won't be lazy. It'll take some time. It'll take some effort. The other thing I would point you to real quick is you can check out my playlist on hard work. Wow, check out that light. But I've got a lot of videos on hard work, and I think you'll find that there's actually a joy and an actual great reward in doing hard work, that you'll actually feel better. It actually can elevate your mood a lot of times when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling unmotivated. Just getting in and doing a lot of hard work, the very last thing that you want to do is going to be the thing that's going to be the most beneficial to you. All right, hopefully you've found this useful. I can't remember what I said in the part of the video that I got cut off on, but I think, look at the Psycho-Cybernetics book. That will help you. And like I said, how you do anything is how you do everything. Remember that, and change that aspect of yourself by stepping into that new role and that new identity. Stop identifying yourself with this laziness. All right. Hope you find that useful. If you haven't subscribed already, I got news for you. Click that subscribe button below and you will get 2 to 3 new videos a day. That's how I roll. Talk to you next time. Take care.